Hey, so I'm just going to jump right into another reading of my book. I'm going to just approach it like I don't know it. I probably won't. It's been a long time. And I'm just going to read through it, take it in, whatever that's relevant to me. And then after this, I'm going to go and apply my practice. I call it peace, be still. And I go and sit outside and I sit still and I look up at the sky and I look around me and I am just practicing being there and all here now in the moment. And I will breathe and I will try and quiet my mind and quiet any noise that wants to be confusing around me, and just sort of pay attention and be awake in a way that I'm open to the beauty that can always shine through, especially if you channel it through um, considering things and finding things that you are grateful for, and really, really earnestly checking that that is true for you, at least for yourself. And I'm just gonna read this chapter. It's short, so I'm just gonna quickly go through it. Hopefully it's quick, and I truly hope that something good can come from this chapter. A happy heart is a happy life, no matter the intelligence. I asked myself if I would be a worried genius or a simpleton, a joyful simpleton. My answer begins with a comparison of worried versus joyful. Obviously, if I was only to choose between the two, I would rather be joyful. But when we approach genius versus simpleton, the choice becomes a little bit more complicated whilst factoring in each of their attachments. From a yin-yang universal balance point of view, I pose a query in response to the original question: would the simpleton ever be joyful if the genius did not worry? If the genius was worrying about the joyfulness of the simpleton, the genius would then be compelled to do its job, hence become obligated to find solutions to problems that may face the simpleton. And one of those issues may very well be the dissipation of joy. And so the genius goes to work and compromises itself in order to succeed at providing the simpleton with joy. Therefore, if I, for example, the worried genius, could make someone's life better, the simpletons, by resolving their problems, even if I compromise myself as well as my own chance of joy in the process, I would. If I would be the genius, not for credit, but for development, and as a genius, perhaps worrying could transform into a purpose or cause, a meaning to life could emerge. Therefore, a sustenance of being could possibly be attained. Do not get me wrong, though, if the genius did not worry nor do its job, then I would be the joyful simpleton in a heartbeat. Because ignorance is bliss. One is not forced to choose to be the genius. One is allowed to choose to be the simpleton, even if for mere joy. For a happy heart is a happy life, no matter the intelligence. And everyone deserves a happy heart. I ask myself another question, though. If not now, then when? Yes, living in the present is imperative to some point, but one should not let it constrain oneself. If one is unable to do it now, then one should not become caught up in the fact. One should just do it when one is able to, as long as when one does it, one reserves no regrets for having been not able to do it then. It is not always about the time, but the worthiness of the actions during that time. This being said, sometimes the worthiness is in fact in the timing. One should be able to tell which of the two is necessary according to the situation. How can one do this? By using one's guide and one's heart. Don't do it when you're less able to, if that means you will do it with half a heart. Do it when you are able to, whilst having a full heart. Timing isn't always everything, so don't put things off either. Be earnest. You will know if you're doing something, wholeheartedly or not. I think that if you're going through something wholeheartedly or not can also apply. If you do it on the whole, you reduce the window of the possibility of regret. I did say it was short. I feel that I've read a framework and I'm intrigued, I'm interested. I feel it's worth the time and worth my patience as well that I can put into it to ponder on this and think of it in a sense, posing the questions to myself, but in a present type of moment. Like I will ask these things of myself in the now as I sit down and try and become a part of what is and what is it. And I know those may sound like funny terms or weird, but those have a purpose. Those have a purpose. And what I want to say is that balance is key. So when I talk about a yin yang, or I like to say yang yin zen now, but I said yin yang universal balance point of view. That is a point of view that I am taking into the text as I'm speaking in the chapter, and that is something that you should definitely take into that present moment and allow to sort of come to you, sort of drift past you and observe, well, what is that type of point of view? What is it that I feel in my heart that's relevant and that sort of taps in, that I can sort of open my eyes and see something that is balanced, something that is to be grateful for, something that I feel, I'm at home with this. I feel that this is something that is substantial, and yeah, I think applying a gratitude practice is really good to this. And since I talk about timing, and the time being the time is now, and that it's really important to know that, and to know that yeah, I agree, time is not everything, but the moments in time, there's something to that, and how you set your heart to do the things that you do with the time that you have is important, especially when it comes to things that give true meaning to you in your life. And I think that, coupled with gratitude, coupled with sort of a balancing, wanting to gain a type of balance between two, and a harmony between those three elements through a perspective that is sort of universal, but sort of applicable to not only you, but you and your life and other people's lives and people that you love and life itself. And on that and on timing, I just want to say that right now, if you are going through a tough time, I want to say what I said yesterday. You can grow through what you go through. And what I'm saying here today is that it is in my own experience. I'm not saying, I'm sharing now my own experience, right? And so I'm not saying that you must do this. You must do what you feel is right with you. And I am never from a place of telling anyone else what to do. But I can share from myself and talk about it, what I've learned to be helpful. And I'm not trying to tell you right now that what I'm about to say means everything else is a waste of time. No. What I'm saying is that being content in your heart and being content in time and coming to that place of contentment is important, and the process of which you come to that is also important, and the time is now. The longer you put things off and try and avoid um, whatever it is that you may be avoiding, and that may make you feel like time is warping. And sometimes I pose a question to people when they seem to be uh, having a strange emotional sort of vent about time. Believe it or not, people actually get very concerned with that or get caught up in it. And so I like to sort of break into that and say, well, do you have time, or does time have you? Um, and I'm not talking about a watch. So are you gripping onto time? Are you getting time? Are you controlling time? Are you fighting with time? Are you wrestling with yourself right now? Do you need to let go and surrender to the love that can come into you and come flowing around you, and that can come to be as you acknowledge that it is within you, that you also have a worth, because you are now real in this time, breathing and able, and you can feel what you can feel and you can think what you can think. But I want you to try and set your heart and your mind intention in a way in which you can show yourself and things that are important and of worth in life, what really means so much in life, what is so cherishable, and take that in. And I hope that the way that I'm talking now can help ease you in to this, and this is that you are going to be okay. As long as you don't give up on yourself, don't write yourself off, please. You have worth, you are worth being around. If you are in a place right now that you do not think you need to exist, and that nothing matters, and that you don't matter, and that you are not a part of something that matters, life itself, others' lives, you as a life, that then I seriously encourage you to take a step from that. Take a breather from that. I think you've spent enough time having that sort of strange struggle, conflict, or whatever it is. And I want you to take a step back or go outside and just center yourself a bit. Try and think of balance. Just balance itself. And look up. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just saying sort of chin up. Look up and see what it is that you can see. And provide yourself with that range and that range and this range. Allow yourself that. And let yourself think on the things that you find to have meaning and that is meaning to you and that you can be grateful for. And to get your own self like close, looking down, struggle, tension, stuck in yourself, self. You just be wow. What do I find is in this? Where am I? Wow. What do I love? Oh wow, the sky is beautiful. I like the fact that trees can help us breathe. I love that sound of that bird that is outside. I like the way that I'm sitting right now. It's comfortable to me. I'm grateful that I can sit comfortably where I am. And you can even try and just be grateful for things that are universal, that can be things that many people are grateful for. You can use someone else as an example. It's basically to get your mind off of you, inside you, the you fighting with you, and to sort of open that wide up, and become a part of, okay, and sort of balance in that, get a different stance, get a different perspective, take a breather, allow the things to come into you, not you to come in. Just allow the sense of being in the moment to calm you down. Please breathe through. And whenever you feel a little bit too hyped up or tense or that you just can't break out, I really encourage you to breathe. I encourage you to get up, take steps. If it's 5 meters to the door and then you're outside, that's enough. Look up, see what's in the sky. Maybe there's a beautiful cloud. Maybe you go outside and it smells of rain and you look up and you see where there's a mist. Maybe you go outside right now and you notice, oh, the sun just touched my face. Wow, I love the sun. Maybe you go outside and it's dark and you can see the stars. But it is just that venturing a little bit, giving just a bit of breather from this into, okay, you can take a handle on something to help you sort of hold on to something that's, I'm talking metaphorically, but also sort of hold on to hope or hold on to whatever it is that is why you're still here right now in this moment. And use that as something to help you move, because you can. And move in a way of, I'm going to take a different approach to me, to what's around me, and want you to focus on that. And then you can come back to yourself as well, and then you can say what is in me that is matching what is outside of me, that is of, oh, balance, nice, grateful, meaningful, and just allow that to come in. And allow yourself, give yourself the time to pause and be open, and give yourself the love that you need, and we all need this. And give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself a couple of minutes. So, just step away from the inner battle. Take a step in a slightly different direction. Aim towards something different with the gestalt, or the thing that resonates with you that I'm trying to explain now. What helps carry you, what helps pull you through. And find that, and find solace, peace in that. And then if you want to get out of that again after a few minutes, that's fine. And you'll find if you return back to the place where you were, it is going to be slightly different. And I don't want you to sink back into yourself. I want you to sort of allow yourself to see, oh, that changed something for me. And I want you to see that there is a little bit more, and that is the potential, and in that is beauty and meaning and care and nurture. It's everywhere. And I hope that something made sense to you, and I hope that my tone, and I think also very much, I hope that what I am trying to describe with words, that is actually really hard to describe with words. I hope that is coming across in a way that you can feel that I'm trying, and that I'm doing this because I care, and I'm saying this because I guess I don't know exactly what to say, but I want to say something for someone that is maybe stuck and battling. And again, I will say there's no harm in getting a bit of guidance, and you are important, and I need you to know that. And I think that me saying a lot of these things, if it comes into you in a way that you realize something like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, sure, just sort of like, if you're on the edge of a cliff, what I'm saying, I would hope it would make you take a step back, and that make you consider things differently, and that now is the time and it's always the time for growth, change, reaching out, receiving, love and potential, seeing that there is more to you than what you think and what you know. And there's even more to what you see, and there's more to what you don't see. Um, but you are not nothing, and you are not something that doesn't matter, or have worth, and you are here for a reason. And I don't know what that reason is, but I know that I can say that you are here for a reason, and that matters. You matter. So the lights just went off, and that is load shedding. We have it in South Africa, and so basically the power goes out. But and this is something that I'm really grateful for right now, is this little lamp. Yeah, like, I'm grateful for a lamp right now. And it's a light, and I didn't realize it was the sun has probably set already. But yeah, so in this moment, hopefully carrying across some love. And that was a surprise to me. Like, oh, there's suddenly light. And it went dark, but I noticed the light instantly, and I'm like, yay, at least this is on, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to. And I'm glad my phone has not died. And yeah, now I'm gonna go sit outside and just sort of think. I don't know. I feel a type of relief now. It was almost like doo-doo. I think that's a good place to stop. Um, yeah. So I think that's also good. I want to end off on a note that I'm not so serious, and maybe I sound funny and weird. I have an interesting sense of humor, and um, yeah, I think I'm done. And you see, you never know. This proved my point. This is, by the way, just so that you don't think I'm talking BS. This is a light bulb that can work. It charges with the electricity, and then it keeps on glowing even when the electricity is out. And right now it's at its brightest because it just turned on to its default mode, or its non-electric mode. And then it sort of dims a little bit more and more over several hours. But luckily, the load shedding is only 2 hours, and yeah. So much love from South Africa, from me. And but this is my one tattoo. I've quite a lot of finger tattoos. I think I should do a tattoo video. Maybe of not all my tattoos, but some, and do sort of the meanings of my tattoos, and how that relates to sort of things in my life. And yeah, so I just want to say that just may you feel blessed in some way. May you just sort of know somehow, and get to know. And anyway, to cap off, this is just a moon symbol to show that there is light even in the darkness. And that is something that seems to prove itself time and time again to me. And that's why I'm smiling, because and I'm also smiling because I'm thinking that it's just sort of like what I was just describing. And it's like I didn't have control over this. I showed I didn't have a watch on, and I was very much in the moment and trying to carry through a facility of care. And please stick around. Giving up is not an option. There's always light, even if it's dark. And I hope that in this video you have seen an example of that can sync with you in a way that you can feel love. And yeah, okay, so cheers, and yeah, have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you next time.